specialist at Normandale. And this is Schoology 101. So I'm excited to meet all of you. How about we start with Andy? Where are you, Andy?
Hi, my name is Andy Kaczorek. I'm a special ed teacher at Valley View.
Okay. And Ellen?
Just getting her coffee.
Yeah. All right, Ellen, maybe come back to you. How about Deborah?
Hi, I'm Deb Johnson at, I think I'll be at the options at the high school. So I hope so.
Okay. High school and middle school so far. Crystal?
Hi, I'm Crystal Sorensen, retired, but coming back as a long-term sub at Cornelia. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Do you know what grade yet?
Yeah, I do teach ML, so I'll have K through 5.
Okay.
So I'll do Seesaw and Schoology.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Cliff, how about you?
Hi, my name is Cliff Schwartz, and I teach French at the high school.
Okay, bienvenue. And Lauren?
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm a new speech pathologist at Cornelia.
Another Cornelia friend. Excellent. And Kirsty? Not quite ready.
I'll jump in. This is Ellen. I was talking earlier and I didn't have my mic on, so sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. That happens.
Ellen Erickson. I'm at Valley View also. Let me put my camera on for a second. I'm just getting my breakfast ready. Good to see you all. So Ellen Erickson, I'm at Valley View teaching middle school Spanish, and I just always appreciate any review of Schoology. So thank you for doing this.
You are welcome. Okay, and Allie?
Hi, I'm a new occupational therapist in the district, and I will be at Cornelia and Creek Valley.
Okay. And hi, Liz. Liz, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, everybody. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Countryside, and I just wanted a little refresher. So thank you so much, Linnea.
Sure thing. And Emily?
Hi, I teach 3rd grade at Creek Valley, and I did your training in the spring, but looking to remember everything that I had blocked out.
For the last few months, right?
Yeah.
All right. And Katie? Oh, you had your mic on and now you muted yourself. You went the backwards way.
5th grade, I job share a classroom at Countryside, and I'm just looking to brush up on some things so I don't have to depend on my team to do it. So I'm just looking to learn some new things. So thank you.
Awesome. And then, of course, we have the infamous, notorious Sean Beaverson. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Infamous and notorious. I like it. I'm Sean Beaverson. I'm the digital learning specialist for elementary. And Linnea is just a wonderful person. So isn't she great to be here at 7 in the morning on Monday of this week? I said, put out the all call. Anybody want to help me during this week? Get some good information out. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. Of course. So really appreciate it, Miss West.
All right. Well, I know I can speak for everyone that we also appreciate in this crazy world the Sean Beaverson, as he needs an article in front of him. He is not just Sean Beaverson; he is the Sean Beaverson. We are okay. So this is Schoology 101. So I'm going to click record, and then I will. Oh, you already started it, Sean. Must have. Okay, so we've got a good mix here of secondary and elementary friends. So this is Schoology 101, so I'm going to walk you through from the beginning. Something that you won't need to do, but I'm going to share my screen here really quick. And here we go. And then, oh, you get to see the, hold on, I'm having trouble. Okay. There you go.
While you're doing that, will we have access to this course, to what you're doing after, so I don't really need to take notes?
No, you don't need to take notes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep, all of it's recorded, and the great benefit of recording these things is then you can play, pause, and rewind. So as you find something that really, it's like, oh yeah, that's super useful for me, you'll be able to go back and use it again and again.
Okay, so I clicked into courses and then clicked my courses, and then I clicked create a course, but I think that your grade level, if you're a grade level teacher, will already be created, but otherwise you might be creating your course, for instance, if you're an ML teacher, or you might be presenting into, you're going to be graduate students, you might be putting your stuff into grade level courses that have already been created. So, but if you create your own course, you would say create a course. So I'm showing you this right now just so that you know, because this is, oops, we don't want to click that. It is not semester 2. There we go.
Can I jump in?
Please do, always.
So one of the really nice things about Schoology is that you can create your own course, and it can be a little sandbox spot for you to try different things, and then everything is interlinked in Schoology. And so if you make something in one of these courses that don't have students in it, you can copy it using the gear, which I'm going to cover in the afternoon if Linnea doesn't cover it now. But so it's real easy to set yourself up a safe play area where the kids aren't connected, and you can try different things and you can see how it looks. And then with the gear, you can copy it to your courses, and you can actually deliver it to multiple courses for my friends in secondary. So that's just a nice feature of the interconnected nature of Schoology and why you might choose to set up a course for yourself.
And I'll just show you this right now, just so you can. So I went into my 3rd grade course from last year, and it says I just used the gear on the right side of one of the folders. And I accidentally made this not Schoology 101, but 1001, which means that you guys are graduate level 101 people. And I'm going to click the week 1 folder, and I'm going to click copy folder. And now if I go over to my other Schoology course, you'll find, if I do a refresh, that the week 1 assignments from my 3rd grade course is already there. So one of the things that you'll use to organize your Schoology course is a folder. I'll show you how to do that right now. But if I like to do things in rainbow order because I think it looks so pretty, and it makes, I think the kids know that too, especially elementary kids, and it makes a little bit of order out of chaos because you want to have less clicks, more learning, and then make it easy for kids to know exactly where to go. So you always know that the red folder is where you start during the week. So that's why those are in that order. You might want to edit your picture up here so that it's distinctive, so that you can know exactly that that's the course. So if you look over here, I made this 3rd grade course picture last year using a tool called Canva. And those are Canva, it's canva.com. You can create an account using your school email, and it makes nice little pictures. That's another thing just to note. You can put other kinds of visual cues in, either inside the folders, inside your documents, or even right here so that the kids can find it really easily. So there we go. So one of the first things that you want to know are the features of Schoology. And one of the features of Schoology besides the folder. So here's where you add materials. So you can say add materials. We would say add a folder. That's how I did that week 1, but I copied that week 1 over from my 3rd grade class. But one of the first things you'll want to think about is an assignment. So I'm going to add an assignment right here. And now this is a conversation between you and the student. It's private. It's not, other people can't see each other's assignment. So if you create an assignment, you know that those are the things that are it's going to be a conversation between you and your students. So, all right, here we go. So today I'm going to have you join this course after I show you 3 features. So I'm going to show you the assignment feature, the discussion feature, and the media album feature. And then afterwards, I'm going to have you join the Schoology 101 course and then try it out. And then I'll be here, obviously, for questions during it, and then we'll show the results afterwards. So name or, let's see, name or, you're going to have to forgive all my typos. It's early for me to be typing perfectly. Name or describe something fun and positive you did this summer. So now I'll say the due date is today. August 31st, and I'll show you. It's an ungraded category. Later, you can learn about assigning it to individual people or aligning it to your learning objectives, but that's not for 101. We'll just do this quick. Create. And now you'll see positive things right here. You'll have an assignment, and it'll just be a conversation between me and you, but I'll show you how you can look at those assignments. And now, if you notice over here on the right-hand side by the calendar, this is something handy when you put in a due date for the assignment. Positive things shows up right there for the kids to see. Okay, so positive things. Another thing that you're going to want to think about adding to your courses is a discussion. And I think discussions are a powerful tool that we can use. A lot of times in cooperative learning, you have a base group. So you can make a base group of a discussion that's a small group of kids, and you can have them be in that discussion asking each other questions. You can even assign questions to them. And they can just operate with 4 or 5 kids, or you can have a discussion as a large group. So this discussion is music. And so you're going to name some fabulous music that you might listen to while you walk your dog. So it's got to be, something fun, maybe. You might want to sing and dance to it. I'm going to put the due date up here for music also, and I'm going to create this discussion. Now, in an assignment, that's between the teacher and the student. The discussion is for everyone to see. So if somebody posts something in this discussion, somebody else can comment on it. So I've been listening to a lot of music, walking my dog a lot. So I even participated in the 30-day song challenge. You should look that up if you haven't participated in that already. It's a very fun thing to do with a friend. So, all right. Then the third thing, before you get a chance to try these 3 things, is a media album. Now here is where you might add some interesting pictures. So we're going to say this is going to be travel. We haven't gotten a lot of chances to travel lately. So where do you dream of traveling? There we go. And we're going to create this album. And if you watch, I'm going to attach a file here to, I should have, here we go. This is Cap Ferret. And if you, oh, it's not opening. There it is. I'm going to add this media. Sean, if you remember our virtual tour, this is in the place where the little picture of the marketplace was. That's where this is. So this is it. Yeah?
Yeah, I remember.
Here's where I was supposed to go in France last June, but I didn't get to go. So this is a beach view of a tiny village outside of Bordeaux. Oh, Bordeaux, hello, France. And if you notice, I put in a caption that gives a description, and then you can also comment on the media album here. So I'm sure that you can think of lots of creative ways to use a media album for sharing visual images and then describing them in your courses. So on the left-hand side here, you'll want to use these places for navigating. So the materials page is where I've been operating off of. And now you'll see we have 3 of the most basic things in Schoology: assignment, discussion, and media album. You can also click here for updates. These are announcements that get sent out to all of the members of the course. One interesting feature of updates is a poll. So I'll show you that after you get a chance to play with the materials. Gradebook setup, all of these things are kind of for a little bit later. I'm going to give you the access code since I just created this course right here. And I'm going to put it in the chat of our Meet. And so you'll go, I see there's a couple of questions now into, but it looks like Sean's been moderating that. Thank you. You can copy and paste this access code. What you'll do is you'll go to your portal, you'll click on Schoology, and you will click on Courses. and you'll click on My Courses, and you'll click Join a Course, and you'll put in that access code, and then you click Join. So let's see if we can all take a try at doing that.
While you're navigating to Linnea's quick course that she's putting together, some points that I just really wanted to highlight. The discussions are incredibly powerful way to do the community connections that are really pretty easy. And the nice thing about the discussions is that you can embed media into those. And so if you want to have the kids watch a video and respond to a video, you can do that. If you're doing a morning message via video in some cases, you can post it into the discussion and lead a discussion that way. And it's a way to sort of track attendance and participation in that. So as we think about this world between the live setting in your classroom and then the kids who aren't there, discussions are a low entry point way to keep kids connected through that journey, right? You have your whole class working together. The question came up, I think, Emily, should I have a separate course for Schoology for the hybrid courses, kids A and then kids B? And you don't have to. That's another nice thing about Schoology. This is going to flatten that cycle for you. So you can actually keep those two kids, those two cohorts really interconnected in a way in Schoology. But then using something like grading groups, which I'm going to cover in the afternoon, you could separate the cohorts if you wanted to, but not what you doesn't require you to create another Schoology section. So really those three things that Linnea has highlighted, the assignment, the discussion, and the media album, those are three powerful platforms.
We need the code here. Oops, that's not the code. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kirsty, I'll get you the code real quick too.
I just posted it in the chat.
Well, she had to switch devices or something. So she's got to get. She probably lost the chat from before. There we go.
I posted it again for you, Linnea.
Oh, you did. You're so fast. There we go.
I'm
So,
co-captain.
I love that.
Co-pilot.
I love when co-captain it is. I love when there's a moderator because that helps a lot to answer the questions because I can't see them when I'm presenting. You should, yes, submit the assignment. So if you go to the course and the first thing you want to write down here is positive things. I can see that Katie has commented that she spent some time golfing, and I would not, and that does not surprise me. But she did not actually, she wrote a comment to the assignment. She did not submit an assignment because I can see right here, if I look at all of the assignment submissions, I have not received an assignment submission that I could then give back with some feedback, either a grade or a verbal comment. Like Sean was saying, you can do, you can either make a video, you can record just your voice. And I think those things add a little bit of a humanness that is even more powerful, I think, than sometimes just the written word. You can just write a little quick comment, though, to any assignments that you have. But this will happen with your kids, too. They'll comment on an assignment instead of submitting the assignment. So that's something that, since we just experienced that as learners right now, that's good to know, because you'll just have to say, okay, I see that you commented, and then, but you have to submit it so that I can like check off that you did it or give you feedback personally. So that's one.
And the difference with the comment, the whole class can see the comment submission. So when someone makes a comment, that's a public viewable item, and then the submissions are like Linnea put it, it's the team.
And I'm getting lots of email notifications that you have been successful in joining this course.
And Deb, if you put a due date on items in Schoology, and so you can choose whether or not to put a due date on an item. If you put a due date, then it creates an entry in the calendar, and when that due date passes, they'll get a notification that it's overdue. So due dates in assignments are the way to sort of make that distinction between required versus optional. And then another thing to note, and if I'm hijacking the thread, Linnea, you stop me, please, but Another thing to note in the assignments is that you can actually have two types of submission. You can have a digital submission and an assignment where the kids actually upload something to the assignment, or you can have a paper assignment. You can actually choose to uncheck the box in assignments that says require a online submission, and that would be, that's a record keep then. It's different than having the kids upload something. In that case, they might talk to you, and then you might mark it as submitted, or they might type something in shortly. Down at that bottom of the options pane, all the way down.
Comments, grade statistics, published to
There you go, right there. If it unchecks that box, then it's not going to look for a digital submission. So this is like, so imagine this for the hybrid kids get handed a paper project to work on when they go home. So they leave you on Tuesday, they're getting a paper item that they're supposed to deal with and write something on and then bring back to school. That's when that you would turn off that submission so that there isn't a notification that you're looking for something to be uploaded.
Nice. So if I look here at my assignment, this is the teacher view. So the student would not see this. You can switch to see what the students see under course options. You can say view course as, and I can say, I want to see what Sean sees right now. So he sees this. So this is, so if you notice, if I click on his assignment, he hasn't submitted anything yet. It would show right here that he had created a submission. But if you look, Sean can see all of your comments, but he can't see here who's submitted an assignment. So unless I make him an admin in the course, which then he would see it as a teacher. So now I'm going to go back to the course, and this is my view of it. And if I click on the assignment right here, now I can see who's actually submitted their assignment to the question, name something fun and positive you did this summer. Right here, we got shout outs to them. And then we have the comments right here. So those are public. The assignment submissions are here. You can also, it's nice because you can say, all right, who has not submitted? And so I can say, oh, these people from the course, Emily, Crystal, Katie, Jessica, and Kirsty can make sure that you submit your assignments. So I can just filter through the assignments that way. So now, let's see, there we go. Now Sean has submitted something. So I can click on Sean's assignment, and he made a video, it looks like. So clever fella, and I'll show you what this looks like.
And so I wanted to show what a multimedia submission would look like, because kids all have access to this as well. If you click the little microphone, it'll ask if they want to record sound or sound and video. It's rendering right now, so it's being processed by Schoology. So eventually, after that processes, when you go there as a teacher, you would just see my video, and there'd be a play button there so that you can see it. Or again, it could just be sound as well.
And this is where I can offer Sean feedback to his submission here. So if I want to just say audio feedback only. Hey, Sean, thanks for submitting such an awesome video. That really shows me that you are engaged in thinking about the positive things. Boop. There we go. Now it's going to upload. And now when Sean goes back to his course, he can listen. Hey, Sean, thanks for submitting such an awesome video. That really, so he can then hear my audio recording and my audio feedback for his assignment that he has submitted. So that's how you can do that. And I love the audio and video feedback just when you're trying to create those relationships. And you can use an assignment as a community builder, not just for like an assignment kind of thing, something academic. So think about ways that you can use that to build your community. Here in our discussion, if you click on it, you'll be able to see all of the things. Oh, we have a Hamilton soundtrack, Jimmy Buffett, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. We could make a Spotify playlist of all of our songs, just like the 30-day song challenge. And that's how you might do that. If you're in the discussion and you click it right here, And if I click edit this discussion, I can assign this to I can make a discussion just with the small group of people. So I can say, I want this to go to Katie and to Crystal. Those are members of my course. And then I can save changes. And then just those two would see the discussion, not the whole class. And then they would be able to ask each other questions or say what they are interested in. And Allison's been listening to a lot of podcasts. Excellent. So then I'm learning a little bit about food. Awesome. Just one second. I had to warn my teenagers that I'm doing this call so they don't interrupt, because they will. All right. Let's see. Schoology 101. I'm going to put an update here in the course, and I'm going to create a poll, and you'll see how this is. Let's see. What is your favorite sport to play? Since we can't watch that many sports, and we're going to say tennis, pickleball. You have to play pickleball like I play pickleball, and you have to, every time you serve, you have to say something pickled. So you have to say pickled beets, or pickle me Elmo, or pickle. Okay, Frisbee. I'm trying to think of, like, outside socially distanced sports. Anybody have any ideas for me to add? No, no idea. Walk. Okay. Walk here. This is for walk/run. So now you will get, and if you have your notifications that whenever there's a course update, you might receive an email. So you can check on how your notifications are set up. I'll show you that in just a minute. You'll get an email that says, Linnea West has posted an update in the course, Schoology 101, and you can then come over and click on the poll, and you can say which one is your favorite sport to play. Notifications are set up here in the top right. I'm going to click on notifications, and you can say, because you might get a lot of email notifications. So I'm going to say course update posted. And so you might not want that many. So I have them all set up here. I just want updates. I don't want it when somebody else joins my course. I'm going to say save changes, and yeah. That's switching between the courses. Okay. Somebody answered the poll. Oh yeah, we got one vote for golf and one for walk and run. I think it's Katie who likes the golf and Sean who likes the walk run.
That I didn't fill up the poll yet. Sorry.
Okay, so we've got a question about required things for us to view. Okay. We're going to click edit, and we are going to click, where is my,
If you want to go to the folder, your week 1 e-learning assignments, and click the gear.
Oh, sorry.
Put up here to
Click our gear, edit. Oh, there it is.
All right, so what we're looking for now is
we want this.
Submission, student completion. So when you turn on the student completion, that's where you get little green check marks. And the nice thing about student completion, when you turn it on, you can actually see the percentage that students have completed through the course. So it'll tell you it's completed like 12% of the items or whatever. So that's a pretty cool. And again, this afternoon I changed things up a little bit, so I'm going to do a Schoology 202 this afternoon. And I'll cover some of those organizational pieces that are built into Schoology to help out, like grading groups, categories, and those sort of.
And if you're an ML teacher, you'll want to pay attention to grading groups, because you'll want to have a group of maybe your ML students in one of the things. I mean, you might want grading groups for a lot of reasons, but I just remember there was an ML teacher here. So save changes. This is unpublished and says we must complete. Oh, published and unpublished. That's another one you might want to do. So this one, week 1, is unpublished because it was from another course that they had already completed and done it. So the kids can't see this week 1 folder. So anyone who's a student can't see that that's in your course. So you might want to save a folder for later if you want to organize it by your weeks, or you might want to, it's not ready yet, so you're just still creating the content for the folder. So you'll want to publish it when it's ready. So that's here, and then publish it. And then if you click refresh on your course, then all of a sudden you'll be able to see this week 1 folder when before you didn't have that. An update versus why do another assignment. It might not be something, an update is something like an announcement that you have, like be sure to check the thing, I don't know, whatever it is, or check in today with your base group, or I don't know. There's a million reasons that you might want to post a course update, because the assignment is something that they would like do and then submit to you, and then you would offer feedback back. An update is more like just an announcement. So, or this thing that we did, which was the poll. So that could be kind of a community builder.
Yeah, and updates can be a really useful way because you've got the 2 groups, right? And so an update on Monday, for example, a number of people found this successful, is if they made an update on Monday of what to look for the week. These are the things that are gonna happen this week. That broadcast to all of the people in the class, including their parents. Their parents see those updates as well. So it's just a way to communicate to the group. And then it's a little community, right? It's like your Facebook feed updates where you can just post some good news or some other things that are going on in there. So that's another way that you might use the updates. Notifications are on for students, and then parents can set. So one of the other nice things about Schoology is when you create those due dates, and when you put in those updates and other items, the parents actually get an email update about that as well, and they get a nice little digest that says, here's the items that are coming up. If you have the due dates in and they haven't submitted something for it, they get a little update that says these are the things that are missing. And that all gets generated automatically for you. And so again, when thinking about balancing 2 cohorts, those types of tools that we wouldn't normally use, particularly at the elementary level, and probably not even as much at the middle level, become pretty useful this fall to help us manage that information outflow. Anytime you can automate the information going out and then training the families and training the students by, if they email you, what are the due dates on that? And you have that kept up in your Schoology course, then your email response can be, just remember to take a look at the Schoology course. It's got all of the dates and updates you need there. You need help finding your way there. Here's a bunch of resources that we have together for you.
Okay, so I think, is it Deb? Deb asked the question about how to organize your folders in your course. So 3rd grade team from Normandale last year, they organized it, because when we were in the emergency teaching, they organized it by week and date. And of course, this is all going to be your personal preference with your team. So you'll have to make the decision. But most of the teams that I worked with organized by date last spring. Now, we may find that it's different this fall, so you'll have to, I don't know if you have any recommendations or thoughts around that, Sean, but you can see these parts for the homeroom teacher were organized by dates, but down here, you have it organized by subject area. So then we had the art materials were here, and then the PE materials here and music materials here. One thing I would not recommend to do is put in something like this, because that just looks like you can make it, this is just a video that they did and you can rename that. That's like a bunch of gobbledygook right there. So these could have been put inside of a folder so that they're not quite as cluttered for the homeroom teachers when they're looking at their course. So those were all the assignments. So those could have been put into a folder. Yeah, any thoughts, Sean, about the organization?
Yeah, it is, here's what I'll say. The most important thing is consistency. And so what you choose to at the beginning to stick with for a while. So if you choose to go by subject area because you, as teaching partners, have decided to divide up the work that way, then that's fine. Just stick with that for a while. Now, what they do recommend at the elementary level is that week and day is super helpful for the kids. And like Linnea said, with the publish, that ability to publish in the gear, you can filter this so that when they come to the class, if it's Monday, they only see the Monday folder. And then when it gets to Tuesday, if you want, you could literally turn off the Monday folder so that they only see the Tuesday folder, or you could have Monday and Tuesday on and grow the week progressively that way as well. And so there's some reason why that's easier for the kids to navigate and to know where they're at and using the dates. It makes it a little bit more challenging to reuse materials, but teachers we never start another school year in hybrid, so the easiest way for you and the kids to follow along.
So that week 1 folder, I'm just unpublishing I'm unpublishing the days of the week here so you can see. You'll want to make sure that the folder on top of it is published. We ran into a bunch of trouble. They accidentally had this unpublished and then the days underneath published, and then the kids couldn't see it. So that you need to have it, that whatever's on top of it be published too. And now if you as the students, if you click into your Schoology course, you can't see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can just see Monday. Another thing within, I don't think there's anything in this one. Oh yeah, there is. Within the folders, sometimes they want the kids to do things in a certain order. So they would do, you could number them. So like number 1, and then you would see, oh, the first thing that I should do here is number 1. I'll do the morning message from Madam Meyer. So you'll say, message du matin. And then you would put number 2, I want you to look at this one. These are actually assigned to their different sections. So the other kids can't see them. I just see all of them.
So one of the things about the way we're working at particularly, well, if you link your sections, so at the secondary level, you can link you have one course, English Language Arts, and then you have multiple sections of that. At the elementary level of school, Countryside will have a 4th grade course, and then each teacher who teaches 4th grade homeroom is a section of it. And so what you're seeing underneath this folder is each of the teachers linked in this course that are sharing for their students. And so Linnea can actually see each each teacher called out by name, but the students, when they would go in, if they had just Meyer, they would only see Miss Meyer's assignment. They wouldn't see Miss Rivera's assignment. They wouldn't see any of the other ones. Those would be hidden. And this, again, is a nice way that you can work together so that if you create one message assignment, you can copy that and deliver it to each of the sections, and then you can just change the title so that it has your name in it if you want. So that's just another feature. And again, this will all be part of the 202 that I covered this afternoon about how to use some of those organizational tools in Schoology to manage some of this workflow.
And Deb, to answer your question, if you Google Meet with the class and record it, can you post it to Schoology? Yes, they can view it later. You can post, you'll get a notification that says the meet that has been recorded, and you can then post that link. Okay, so we should see post a file, link, or external tool. So you would go to add materials, and you would say add a file or a link or an external tool, and you would say link, And here you would say Schoology introduction video, and then you would put the link to that you will get in your Google Drive and an email about it. You can get that link right here. And then you would just copy and paste it. You would paste the link right into here, and you would say add. It's going to say I don't have a link, so, but you would add a file, a link. You would put the link. That's how you would post that in there. And
Deb,
go ahead, John.
To answer Deb's question, you don't actually have to copy things to resources first. You can copy them straight from one course to another. You can choose to put them in resources, and that's like a 300 level thing I probably won't get to it this afternoon. But resources strips away due dates and other things. And so if you post it into resources, you get a clean copy of it, but you can copy it from one course to the other. And then Nick, yes, I will, all of these sessions will be posted into the Schoology page that you'll have access to these afterwards. And a reminder that if you don't attend, you can get paid per session, up to 4 sessions. So if you're not able to attend the afternoon session, you watch it through the Schoology course, it'll be a way to submit your attendance, quote unquote, for that. You can get paid for that.
And here I am in the 3rd grade course, and I posted the week 1 earlier, but I'm going to say you click on the gear, and then you would say copy to courses, and this for the admin questions, and you can say where do I want to copy this, and I want to say copy to wherever you want. So to this course here, I'm going to copy it to you can copy the whole folder. You can copy it inside of another folder. I just posted it to my Success Center Schoology course. And yes, you can rearrange the order of things. You can click on the gear and then say move, and you can just drag it. Now, if I want it to be within this folder, I'm going to say positive things. I would click move right here. Or you can just drag it and pull it on up. And then you have rearranged the order.
We do, Allie, how people across the district and multiple grade levels use this. Yeah, so that's setting up the grading groups. And I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick, Linnea.
Well, so grading groups, you can assign, you can assign a group of things you can make a group within your Schoology course. So this is complicated because this is like, if you're in a linked section, you can't get, yes, you can link them within the different.
Click on the members, click on members.
Okay, hold on here. Yeah. All right. So here we'll click add a grading group. And so I want, let's see, we're going to have Sean, Lauren, Andy, and Katie create a grading group. I'm going to name this, I don't know, Fabulous Friends Grading Group. And I'm going to say create a grading group. And then if I go to materials here, I'm going to say add an assignment. It's the Fun Times assignment. And I'm going to say ungraded here. It's going to be due today, so it's signed. And then I'm going to click, where am I going? Individually assign to Fabulous Friends. And now you guys, whoever I just said that was for, will see the Fun Times assignment, but nobody else will. So you can have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. You can make a guided reading assignment. If you're the ML teacher, you can just put in you can say, ML teacher from 3rd grade ML students, and then you can create assignments that are assigned, or discussions that are assigned just to those 4 friends. So if I say here, if I want to view course as Sean, he has the Fun Times assignment there. But if I say view course as, who's somebody that I didn't put in that group? I think Ellen, I didn't put in that group, right? Ellen does not have this assignment. So only the 4 friends that I assigned that assignment to see it. So that's another way to sort of personalize the if you have a group of kids that are working on something, and then another group of kids who are they're ready for something different. A way to extend or reteach or have them work together.
And I think it might have been Emily who very early on asked about, maintaining 2 courses for your A group, B group. You could create an A group, whatever you just created, I can't remember the name of it, grading group, right? So you could create a cohort A and a cohort B. And so you could deliver things individually. I would wait to do that to see if that's necessary, because it's an added layer of management on your behalf. Now, the nice thing is those groups are there as an option for you. You don't have to use them. And once they're created, you can use them whenever. And to your question, Allie, yep, you would have to be added to the teacher courses, and then it depends on how you're added to, whether or not you can do it across different courses. There's a distinction between course and section. So courses are like homeroom, and the sections are the individual teachers. And so you need to be added to a course, and then if you're added to the sections in that course, you could create these grading groups across. Kind of wonky, so if you want to get in touch with us individually, we can talk a little bit more about that.
And if I want to make Sean an admin in this course, I just click on the gear wheel here and I'll say make admin and then confirm. So now Sean sees something different in the Schoology course than he would if he's just, or than Liz is, for example. So Sean, now you are an admin. I think there was another question. Where do teachers see their folder for 3rd to 5th grade? Has that been set up yet?
Sean, last year, this is Crystal. Last year we had folders. And has that been set up yet where the teachers put us in their folders and then we see like 5th grade and we go into that? No.
I don't think they've been set up yet.
Okay, great. Okay.
Probably by today, all of that will be taken care of. I got to go through and do some of that myself, but no, not yet.
That's fine. I just wondered if I wasn't seeing what I was supposed to see.
No.
Great.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have any other ones? Okay, Andy, you needed to go. Let's see. So we did, just to recap, let's see, where am I? Here we are. In Schoology 10, not 101. We did an assignment here, which is a private conversation between the instructor and the student. So that's, if there's no sharing involved of that. So, and you can add audio or video feedback or audio or video multimedia submissions to the assignment. And then we saw the difference between commenting on the assignment and then actually submitting the assignment, and ways to sort your different assignments. So if I click on the assignments, you can sort through who's done the assignment and then offer feedback, and then who still needs to do, not submitted. These 3 people still need to submit an assignment. Then back here, we went and showed how to copy a folder from another course and to publish it or not publish it, to keep the view for the student as clean and simple as possible so that they know. Remembering you can put them in some kind of color order, or you can actually number your things within the folders to make it clear about what they're going to do. You can, we had a discussion here. So nobody replied to each other about, yay, I like Hamilton, but I'm going to click on like. You can have that enabled or disabled so that kids can reply to each other or not. But this is something that's shared. So the discussion is shared, and you can also do that, assign it to different students as a smaller group and maybe a base group. So, and you can stick with that base group for a couple of weeks. maybe the whole semester so that they can really get to know each other. Use that as a community building tool. You can also then have a media album and look at this, all the places that they would love to go. I love it. Who lives, Crystal, look at that. Her 13-foot space she lives in during the summer. That's amazing. Nice job, Crystal. So you can add some media there and then comment. And then, of course, there's the updates are like an announcement. You can comment on those, or you can just make a poll and people can vote. Ooh, we are by far the walkers and the runners. Not so many Frisbee players in our course today. So that's the updates. And then, Sean, do you want to say what you're going to talk about in 201 to see if they're...
Yep, absolutely. So what I'm gonna look at then on this afternoon, and if you're not able to attend because it's at 4 o'clock, and that's a long day, it will be recorded. But I'm gonna look at the grading features in Schoology and how you can start to set up some grade categories for yourself, help manage these things. One of the nice things, or once you can take advantage of the different items that are in Schoology, it allows you to filter things down. And so that's what I'm gonna cover this afternoon, is the next layer of organization that you can take advantage of Schoology to help manage some of this workflow. Right. In the chat, I posted a link to our Google form that is our attendance for today. And so if you'll please just take a moment to fill out that particular form, that's how we're noting attendance, and then we're going to take this on your behalf and we'll submit it to HR to get paid. And then this will also, we'll use this sheet to upload you to Performance Matters so you get your CE for attending this as well.
Under course options, Deb said, how do you view it as a student? Under course options, you would say view course as, and then you can choose an individual member of the course. So you can see how did the students see it, and then you just, well, here. So how does Liz see it? Now this is how Liz sees it, and she's not in that fun times grading group right there. And now you can see how the students see the course. Then you click back to course, and now this is how I see it. Course settings, you could play around in there too. That's, you can see. I think I
I like that you clicked on that. So one of the things that I like to point out to people is, as you get the benefit of the training sessions this way, is we're really going to target the things that you need to know in order to get started. Of course, there's a lot more that you could know, like there's badges that you can do in Schoology. You can start aligning things to standards if you want. There's lots of things that you can do, but jeepers, wouldn't it be nice just to be able to get the classroom set and get off the ground? And so we really approach this as, you can check your course settings, but if you never, ever do, that's all right. We've got you on that. We automate that process, right? That's one of those things about Schoology, is we give you permission to look at just the things that Linnea shared today. There really are enough to get you going, and they're particularly flexible. They're powerful platforms to use. When we talk about asynchronous learning, that doesn't mean having a video post every single item. It can be a media album where the kids take a picture of their handwritten work on their handy dandy Chromebook and then post that into the media. And that's a way they can show their thinking without having to worry about, do I have the right digital whiteboard and other things? No, just use a piece of paper, draw it out, snap a picture of it, put it to your thing. And we're continuing to, as we get questions, many of us are creating student support, and so to teach the students how to do those things, those are being generated all the time as well. And I do have a place for those in the Schoology course. I'll certainly be highlighting those during my emails this week. Oh, is it not on the form? Oh, good thing I did. Let me go. I'm going to add that 101 to the form. All right. If you refresh that link now, you should see one.
All right. Any other questions for the good of the cause? Thanks for coming. Good luck. Feel free to email me with questions if you or anything at all.
This chat, you mean? I'm gonna stop it for now.
Yeah.
Oh,